The Harassed Trotters Nutrien Sales Classic kicks off tomorrow night, Friday night at Bendigo. Second running of the series because it was at Menangle last year. Anton Golino joins me. Firstly, Anton, welcome back.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for having me.
It's here. It's a big build-up for the farm especially. We've won the sponsorship and the continued support, if you like, but then also off that, so many well-bred horses in it and then also a couple of horses in it. But you guys must be rapt that it's here.
Yeah, no, definitely, Paul. You know, it's huge credit to Nutrien, you know, for you know, not only putting on a great sales, but now a great sales series. And yeah, no, we're really proud and happy to be part of it.
$125,000 for single sex, obviously colts and geldings, but also the fillies. Huge prize money, just great incentive. It is the richest single sex race for the trotters in Australia for the year, which is just awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, like I said, you know, once again, you know, Nutrien, they've backed the sales, you know, in the sales series full on, and yeah, you know, to get these sort of races to be able to you know, race in them, it's a great achievement.
2-year-olds are going around for 62.5 as well, and single sex as well for that too. So it's just amazing prize money on offer. The depth of the horses, I've been talking to people about them, and I'll touch on with the paces as well. These trotting, the trotters that are stepping out tomorrow night at Bendigo, if you're a trotting purist, you need to be there just to watch them. Yeah,
no, obviously, you know, it's no secret that the breed in general is getting better. You know, the horses are getting more precocious, and you see these younger sort of 2 and 3 year olds starting to run some pretty quick times, you know, early on in the year already. So yeah, it's you know, it's exciting. You know, it's exciting times for trotting, and it's exciting times for racing. You know, and you know, it's good to see the farm, you know, heavily involved with the breeding part of it as well.
I think half the trotters are from here, bred from here, which is, you know, that it's starting to really come through. What Pat's been able to dream of and want to do, it's starting to come to fruition.
Yeah, no, it's very, very. You know, we're very proud of it, Paul. You know, just last week there, Sarah said to me, you know, I think we got 17 runners on heats night, you know, and yeah, she was right. You know, I sat down and had a look, and so for 17 of the runners to be bred here on the farm, it makes us very proud, you know, and it gives us a little bit of a boost, you know, that, you know, we're trying to do what we're trying to do. We're doing something right, and well, hopefully anyway, and you know, it's a great moment for the farm.
Yeah, it is, and there's some really high-class horses just on the other side of the road. I actually just did an interview with Clayton and basically said the same thing. But I mean, they've got Tradie Lady in the first of these, the feature races, if you like, the $125,000 for the 3-year-old fillies. She's just a lovely filly, Tradie Lady. She's running to Dave Miles' filly, but she seems very professional, OD. But, you know, out of Glenferrie, Unixa, she's doing what you guys, you know, they're proud from the breeding point of view.
Yeah, she was a stunning yearling. You know, I remember when Clayton first looked at her, he said she was gorgeous, you know, and I couldn't agree more. Like, yeah, and you know, with that breed there, I expect her to get better as she gets older. You know, the Trixtons, they have shown to sort of get better as they get older, and being out of a French mare, you know, you'd expect too. So I think she's got a big future ahead, that filly, and she was awesome last week in her heat. You know, she run off there and was real good. So, you know, run a quick last quarter. So yeah, no, she'll be very, very competitive there on Friday night.
We'll touch on yours at the end of it. The 3-year-old boys, the next race, Blue Bloods, 3-year-old colts and geldings. No matter where you are in the world, even if you talk thoroughbreds, doesn't matter. They are the Blue Bloods. What a field that has come together, you know, in this race. Basilica, I thought was awesome the other day. You've got Stevie G that was there. There's one other horse that's actually name has just escaped me, but it will come. Oh, the Locomotive. How could I have forgotten him? 5-time Group 1 winning and winner of the inaugural race series. Harassed Trotters not only making up half the field, but the quality is there.
Yeah, no, yeah, them horses there, they were obviously all born, bred and raised here. And
I forgot another one too, Personal Jet.
Yeah, My Personal Jet's another one there. And yeah, it looks to be a red-hot race on paper, that race, you know. Yeah, Tina Reedus' horse last week, he was awesome. Yeah, he looks like he's going to be a real good horse too. You know, he stepped up to the mark, and Locomotive I thought was good first up. You know, I think he'll be better for the run, and yeah, it's a good field. Basilica, obviously, he was real good last week, and you know, I think that's probably going to be the race of the night for me.
It is for me as well. Trotting purists, both of us. So that is one of the reasons. I think the beauty of it too, though, like Basilico, $160,000. The locomotive was around the 100, I think, from memory. Bought after the sales. He didn't actually sell.
60,
I think 60 was he? Yeah, 60,000. What a buy that is.
Basilico was 170.
And then you go back to Stevie G, which was 11,
10 or 11,000. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, 14,000 maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but. Yeah, no. So it just shows the diversity, you know, with the trotters. You know, you have your ones that are very expensive, make it, and then you also have the other ones that can get there and do just as good a job. You know, so that's what we're sort of trying to do at the farm. You know, with the stallions and the mares is provide a bit of diversity, but also provide top bred horses.
The 2-year-old division's probably a little bit thin on for numbers, but I think some real quality horses there. One of the 2-year-old races earlier on in the season was actually Harass the Trotter's horse that Nordic Rain. It was by Volstead, who stood here. Nordic Rain won, but I mean the form coming out of that race, there was a horse in it, Leggy Peggy for Shawnee McNulty, that ran 5th in that race. She goes around in the heats. The depth in the 2-year-olds this year is just amazing. These fillies stepping out on tomorrow night, late in the night, there's a lot of quality there for sure.
Yeah, you know, it's as you said, they're a little thin, but I think as time goes on, you know, over the next couple of years, people sort of get their head around it. Like I know even for us, we're still trying to adjust to the changes of the calendar and stuff like that, so we probably didn't have a few ready that should have been ready. But I think as time goes on, more people get used to the adjustment and have hopefully more horses ready. You know, but it's a good race. Clayton and Emma's filly, she looked awesome her first start, and then made a mistake the last one. And there's a couple of Volsteads in there. Davey Aiken's horse, she looked like she's a real nice little horse and very professional. You know, she showed great manners there. And I thought a real eye catcher there the other night was Matty Gaff's horse, Third Eye. Didn't trot the greatest going slow, but the quicker they went, the better she looked. And I thought she hit the line real good. And just out of curiosity, I had a quick look at the sectionals, and they were real good. So. I think if she can be close enough, she can give it a shake too. So it's going to be a good race.
Out of the pacing bred Better's Delight mare, Third Eye by Volstead. And the one thing, she seems to have that pacing speed. Just digress for a sec. You must be wrapped with how Volstead's hitting the ground so far this year, and the stamp that he's leaving, on the racing crop, what he's been able to achieve.
Yeah, 100%, Paul. Like all our stallions, Paul. We do a lot of work to try and find horses that tick all the boxes. We sort of don't. We try and find horses that are a bit more of a complete package than, say, a freak racehorse or a great pedigree. We're trying to get horses that are strong in both areas. So, like Volstead, horses like On a Streak and a couple of others, EL Titan, for instance. They're horses that have both. They're obviously very good racehorses, and they've also got very good pedigrees. So we think they're the horses that, going forward, are going to be the better stallions, we hope, and that's the way we approach Volstead, and luckily it looks to be working, so he's doing a great job. I think his next year's crop's probably even better than the original, the first crop, because some of the ones that we put through the ring there last year were out of great mares, by Volstead. So I think going forward, he's going to have a good couple of years.
Yes, indeed. We'll go back to the first of the Harass the Trotters and Nutrien Classic races with you have Belniche. Had her first, is that how we say it? Belniche?
Belniche, yep.
Had her first start the other night. Green ran off the track and got it wrong. Had to go back to the trials. Firstly, how did that go? Yeah, no,
she trialled super. Yeah, she's very talented. She's got a lot of natural speed. She just needs to learn to be a racehorse, Paul. It's simple as that. She trialled we were a little bit on the back foot with her from the start, and she only had the one trial at Melton, but showed a lot of speed. I think she trotted home in 27.7 there, her first trial. And Nathan, gives Nathan a great feel. He from the first time he sat behind her, he messaged me straight afterwards on his way home and said, he goes, I really like that filly. So that's always encouraging. He's a pretty good judge, and she just needs to learn to be a racehorse. If she can do everything right, she'll be in the finish.
Second row draw. Some people worry about those draws. Is that a plus for her? Like a horse that needs certs, she's going to have a helmet to follow pretty much from the get-go?
Yeah, hopefully, Paul, that's the case. You know, that's what she needs. She just needs to learn to sit in and run home and you know, use her natural speed for now to hopefully overcome her learning. I guess you just got to learn. But I don't think 9's going to be a huge disadvantage. You know, I think a couple of the better ones have drawn on the second row. Clayton and Emma's horse is ODM, and also the filly that won it last week of Greg Sugar's, it's ODM. So they're basically in the same position as us. So, yeah, hopefully it's going to come down to a bit of luck.
Absolutely, you've got to wait around all night. The last of the Nutrien Classic races, but also the harassed trotters as well, is at the 4 minutes past 10. Val Thorens. The reason I left this one a little bit, because put your breeder's hat back on for a minute, you must have been wrapped with how Valtino went. But then Val Thorens, geez, you've got some bad names for me with me tongue. He was awesome. So I've thrown you two questions there, but it's going to be a really intriguing race.
Yeah, no, both look to be really nice colts. Val Thorens, he was a horse. Obviously, we put through the sale. We couldn't get a bid for him, to be honest. You know, we had a very low reserve, I think of about 12,000, and he went into the ring and never got a single bid. So that's how we sort of ended up with him. And luckily he looks like he's going to be a pretty nice horse. He hit the line really good there the other night and was unextended. Nathan said he gave him a great feel. Still learning. But you know, I think going forward, he'll be a pretty smart horse. You know, hopefully by the end of the year, he can sneak a good race.
Wasn't a lot he could do. Like I think Greg Sugar said he came back after the race before and said, I don't think I've ever been in a race slower than that one. And he comes out and goes slow. Don't be fooled by the times. Don't look at the times and say, well, that was very unimpressive. I mean, Greg went as fast as he could. Small field, that can sometimes happen. It won't happen in a $62,500 final. That part is for sure. But on Valentino, by Love You, I forget who he's out of. Aspiring Eva, yeah. Beautiful trotter. But just got 3-year-olds stamped all over him. He's a horse, like, I want people to go to this meeting and enjoy this meeting. I want people to hang around for this last race and have a look at these couple of colts that are going to step out in this last race, because they're horses with a future.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I remember him as a baby, Valtino. I think we sold him as a weanling, if I remember correctly, possibly.
Through the Winner Willies,
yeah, and Blake, obviously, he's got a beautiful pedigree, that horse, you know. His dam's a family of Aspiring Eva and Aspiring Gal and that family there. So great, goes back to Sundon, and it's a beautiful family. And so he was a beautiful type of horse, and he's matured into a beautiful type of horse. Good trotter. Blake's done a fantastic job with him. You know, he's bringing him along nice and slow, and it looks to be his grand final there on Friday night too.
Can you beat him with Val Thorens? I don't like asking those questions, but I mean, you know your trotters and you know the way they trot. You've got a nice draw. You look like you're going to be on his back at worst. If you don't hold him out, I'm not going to ask you to be driving that. But do you think you're a chance?
Yeah, he's a chance. Yeah. And like my horse has got a bit of speed. He's got a natural speed. He showed that the other night. You know. But you know, they're going to run the race a little truer, I would think, this week, which hopefully will suit us a bit better too. So. Yeah, you know, I think with the right trip, we're a chance. If he jumps on the front and gets away with it soft again, then it's probably going to be hard. But if we're close enough, I think we'll give it a shake.
You guys want to win, but if you're going to get beat, if it's by Blake and that, because I mean, there's been a great association with the farm from the get-go, even before the farm was actually started. I think Pat had horses with the Fitzpatricks, so I think I don't think Pat would begrudge those guys beating him. That's for sure.
No, definitely not. You know, and Blake and Lisa, they've supported the farm, you know, heavily the last couple of years, especially at the Nutrien sales. You know, they've bought a heap off us, and you know, last year I think they bought another 3 off us. So no, we really appreciate their support, and you know, and it's great to see that, you know, the support they're showing us is paying off, because they're getting good horses.
No, absolutely. Going to be a huge night of racing, Anton. I think it's terrific. If you're a trotting purist, get there. The first trot race, I reckon, is about 6:30 from memory. Yep. $125,000 harassed trotters. Nutrien Equine Classic, that's for the fillies. The colts follow straight after, and then hang around for the 2-year-olds. As I said, the last race at 4 minutes past 10, it's a cracker with those couple of boys stepping out, and boys with a future too. So you want to be there to say, well, I saw them stepping out for the first couple of times, and you can and watch them later on as well, mate. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow night, and well done for everything that's going on here at the farm.
Appreciate it, Paul. Thank you. Cheers.